Giant logs are no obstacle for the colossal machines that dominate the world of industrial wood processing. Watching them at work is both mesmerizing and intimidating, a true demonstration of engineering power and human ingenuity. These titans of the timber world can take raw, unwieldy tree trunks and reduce them into chips, slices, or perfectly cut fuel in moments. Their sheer force and precision reflect decades of innovation, as well as a respect for both speed and efficiency. Anyone who sees them in action quickly realizes that this is not simply machinery. It is the embodiment of raw power carefully harnessed for productivity. Among the most striking examples is the Pizelto PTH 14001000 all-road, a self-propelled monster that embodies everything you'd expect from a machine built to devour logs. At its heart lies a 700 horsepower Volvo engine, an immense source of power that gives it the strength to pull in logs nearly 32 inches thick and reduce them with ease. The logs vanish through a wide opening, where 5 sharpened knives spin with relentless precision, slicing and breaking the timber down at a staggering pace. In a single hour, this beast processes close to 380 cubic meters of wood, a number so astonishing it borders on unbelievable. For large-scale projects where time and efficiency are paramount, there is no competitor that can truly match it. Not only does it save hours of labor, but it also saves vast amounts of money, proving why such a machine is considered a king in its category. For some, the natural question arises: could a determined craftsman create something similar without the staggering price tag of commercial machines? Remarkably, the answer is yes, and examples of ingenuity prove it. By taking the 540 RPM input of a common tractor, pairing it with durable C45 steel, and designing with vision and precision, inventors have managed to build wood processing machines of their own. These creations may not carry the polished branding of industrial giants, but they showcase creativity and determination. Watching a homemade device chew through timber inspires respect for those who refuse to accept limitations and instead rely on skill and imagination. Not every job requires the largest, most powerful processor. Sometimes efficiency means adaptability. That's where clever attachments like the Narva S23 come into play. Imagine transforming a small excavator into a nimble harvesting machine without the need for expensive or complicated overhauls. This head attaches seamlessly, running every essential function, from cutting to delimbing to tilting, off a single simple valve. No complex hydraulic rerouting, no extra wires. It is lightweight yet incredibly durable, allowing it to handle timber up to 9 inches thick. It makes small-scale logging tasks not only feasible but surprisingly efficient. The beauty of its design lies in its simplicity. What might once have required specialized machinery can now be done with a straightforward attachment. Other times, brute force and endurance define the task. Picture a double-shaft shredder pitted against a scrap engine, each twisting, turning, and resisting the other. The machine wins, as it always does. The raw display of mechanical dominance is fascinating. Yet such machinery is not just about destruction. It's also about safety and forest management. Firefighters, for example, often rely on shredders to eliminate dangerous fuel sources. Dead trees or debris left standing become tinder for devastating wildfires. By reducing these threats, the machines do more than process wood. They safeguard land and communities. Watching them in action highlights not only their power, but also their crucial role in environmental protection. Worksites often reveal how much time can be lost during small adjustments. With older chippers, if the wood type changes or a different chip size is needed, the operator is forced to stop everything hunt down the proper screen, and wrestle it into place. It's time-consuming, messy, and interrupts the flow of work. The Peterson 571D solves this problem with its built-in grid system, allowing adjustments to be made in minutes rather than hours. Instead of frustration, there is a quick tweak, and the machine is ready to continue. Add to that a wireless remote control, and the entire operation becomes even smoother. Operators can switch between automatic and manual modes with a single button, adjust feed, and even control chain lubrication from a distance. This level of convenience transforms the job site, saving both time and effort, and proving why thoughtful design matters as much as raw power. course, with such powerful machinery, safety can never be overlooked. Some designs, impressive though they are, leave exposed parts like crankshafts visible to the operator. Such hazards are reminders that even as technology advances, vigilance and protective features are necessary. Smart designs often integrate angles and mechanics that reduce risks while increasing efficiency.
Boiler wood, 24-inch. Some smaller wood, but seems to be going. This guy's officially up for sale. Available for pickup once my new machine shows up. We're doing a
45-degree loading angle, for instance, uses gravity as an assistant, stabilizing logs naturally and reducing operator strain. These details show how every feature matters in the overall efficiency and safety of wood processing equipment.
20-inch. We need something that can pull around 24 to 26. Get a lot of logs, whatever. Anyways, there you go. Works just fine.
Dust is another hazard often overlooked. Traditional crushers and chippers fill the air with clouds of sawdust, making conditions not only unpleasant but potentially harmful. Innovations like spraywood crushers combat this by integrating dust control systems, often through water spraying. By keeping the air clear, they protect operators from breathing hazards and make work sites far more manageable. Such improvements may seem small compared to the thunderous roar of an engine, but for the people who use these machines daily, they are invaluable. Consider the Cipetris Chipper Energy 50 to 75, originally designed for forestry operations, but now widely used by agricultural contractors. It doesn't just produce chips for disposal, it creates fuel. In an era when energy efficiency is crucial, turning raw timber into high-quality chips for the energy sector is a game changer. This is no longer simply about cutting wood. It is about contributing to sustainable energy solutions. Machines like these redefine efficiency, transforming what once might have been waste into valuable resources. On another site, the GT25XB steps up against a massive cottonwood trunk. Nearly 3 feet thick, the tree seems imposing, yet the drum cutter slices through with startling speed, bringing it down exactly where planned. Precision is everything in such operations. A misplaced fall could spell disaster. The operators, skilled and cautious, rely on both training and technology to ensure control. Watching the clean cut of the machine emphasizes the balance between power and responsibility. For those seeking sawmills that balance strength with usability, simpler but powerful designs stand out. A 10-horsepower motor paired with an 18-inch blade can handle large logs with surprising finesse. Such mills offer clean, precise cuts with minimal complexity. It's this combination, accessible design paired with professional-grade performance, that earns them high praise from both seasoned operators and newcomers alike. Other advanced systems, such as the Gandini CT360, integrate stress reduction technology and electronic controls. The result is smooth, consistent performance without blockages or interruptions. Operators can fine-tune chip production easily, adjusting output sizes with optional grids. It's an example of precision and customization at work at tailoring performance to suit exact needs. Sometimes the process doesn't end with chips. Sawdust itself becomes the foundation for new products, compressed into briquettes that serve as long-burning, solid fuel. Their durability often surpasses traditional firewood, creating an efficient, environmentally friendly option for heating and industrial use. This transformation from waste to resource is a reminder of how comprehensive wood processing technology has become. At the top end of the scale, the Diamond ZT8000TK demonstrates American manufacturing at its most ambitious. Powered by a diesel engine, this multi-million-dollar grinder performs in stages, first breaking down material coarsely before refining it into a perfect finish. Its capabilities are vast, and for those operating at industrial scale, it's a cornerstone machine. Serious wood processing operations demand consistency, volume, and speed, and this grinder delivers all three without compromise. Still, not all marvels are modern. Homemade sawmills, often built decades ago, remain in use. Rugged, sturdy, and built with a focus on durability, these machines reflect the craftsmanship of an earlier era. They may not boast the high-tech controls or sleek features of today's giants, but they were built to last, and many still work as effectively as the day they were made. Watching them in action is like stepping into history, seeing a time when pride in workmanship was evident in every weld and cut. The Albach Diamant 2000 continues this lineage of impressive modern giants. Day after day, it devours logs and reduces them into neat piles of chips, almost rhythmically. The steady hum of its engine and the mechanical consistency of its blades create a strangely calming effect. There is beauty in its predictability, in its strength being channeled into tireless work. Equally fascinating is the Palex Ks35 firewood processor, which combines chainsaw cutting power with full hydraulics. With the ability to handle logs nearly 14 inches in diameter and variable lengths, it adds both strength and versatility. The inclusion of feeding and discharge conveyors further simplifies the process, creating a streamlined operation that any contractor would appreciate. Even the humble task of stump removal has been revolutionized. What once required hours of backbreaking labor can now be accomplished quickly by specialized stump grinders. These machines tackle roots and stumps with ease, restoring land for reuse without exhausting human effort. When all is said and done, the most remarkable part of these machines isn't only their strength, it's their ability to transform wood into new possibilities. Logs become chips, chips become fuel, and waste becomes raw material for further creation. Every step of the process reflects human ingenuity, from homemade contraptions to million-dollar grinders. The balance of safety, efficiency, and adaptability ensures that the future of wood processing remains not just powerful, but also smart and sustainable. So next time you see one of these machines in action, Take a moment to appreciate not only the thunderous force of the engines or the razor-sharp efficiency of their blades, but also the thought, design, and creativity behind them. These are more than machines. They are the bridge between raw natural resources and the endless innovations we build from them.